So these are the stock hubs. These are the hubs that I took off of the bike. All I did was, well, first I disassembled them, obviously. I actually just kind of cut off all the spokes because they were pretty much all seized. And I turned them down using the prime wheels, and I think they turned out awesome looking. Obviously, I powder coated them. I did polished aluminum over dazzling red. I'm sorry, dazzling red over polished aluminum. Still got some cleanup work to do, but a lot of this you won't even be able to see anyways because there's going to be a rotor on there. Or I'm sorry, that's actually where the sprocket mounts. In any case, so yeah, I think they turned out pretty good. Like I said, I'm not super experienced with powder coating. I'm a lot better at Cerakoting than I am powder coating, so I'm pretty happy with the way this turned out. Still got some cleanup work to do, but that's no big deal. What's next is getting the bearings in, and then I'll set up a time lapse when I'm actually lacing the wheel and truing it and all that stuff. Okay, so I got my front hub set up. Wheel bearings are in. Here are the spokes I'm running. These are Buchanan spokes. Really, it's supposed to be like top of the line quality spoke wise. Really cool. They come in individual bags labeled. This one's front. The other one in here is rear. And in the rear it even says inner and outer, so that you can, you can make sure that they're the right ones. And then of course I got stainless steel nipples, and they even come with like this little tube of, or little bottle of looks like anti-seize or something like that to put on the nipples when you lace them up. Okay, just got the first half of the front wheel done. Like I said, Buchanan supplied the grease for the nipples, and they did include this little piece of paper here that basically says that if you use stainless steel spokes and nipples and you do not put enough grease on them, they will seize. They're not saying it will probably seize, they're saying it will seize. They even said that it will seize so quickly that you won't be able to torque them down properly. So very important that you get those on. If you're into building wheels and you don't like using any kind of lube or anti-seize on those, maybe stainless steel is not the right choice for you. But I am absolutely loving this color combo, this red with this gold. I know I haven't shown off this wheel yet, but this is a pro wheel, and it looks phenomenal with this gold and the stainless steel. Oof, looks good. Looks really, really good. So I'm gonna keep going and get this thing finished, all laced up. Alright, so front wheels all laced up. Obviously need to tighten them. But yeah, all in all, happy with it. Can't wait to see what the other one looks like. Okay, so this is kind of crazy. I just kind of hand tighten these, just all of them the same tightness, roughly, just hand tight. And look how freaking true it already is. Ready? Here we go. I mean, that's pretty close to perfect right off the bat. So, man, that's kind of cool. But yeah, I still got to tighten them to spec and whatnot. But yeah, that's kind of crazy. how close it already is. So the first time around, I had the run out pretty good, lateral and radial, and as I started torquing them down and I was checking the run out, it was getting worse, and the closer to torqued I was on all the spokes, it was getting worse and worse and worse. So just loosened them all a little bit, fixed the run out, and then did it again. Now we're a little bit better. It still has a little bit of looks like it's got a little bit worse lateral run out than radial. For those of you who don't know, after you get a spoke to torque, it's fine if you keep going to fix a little bit of run out here and there. The minor improvements are okay. What's really important is that you don't go under the torque value that you need. It's better to have it a little too tight than too loose. Now, if you finish torquing it and it's like all over the place like mine was, yeah, that's not going to work. You need to have it pretty close right off the bat. I think this one will work. But yeah, in case you didn't know. Right at the valve stem, got a freaking pinch flat. The dreaded pinch flat. I hate it. Everyone hates it. Anyone who's ever done tires hates pinch flats. Dang it. I gotta pull the tube out. Try again. So I gotta run out today and get a new tube for the front because I got a pinch flat on that, obviously. So I'm gonna have to go out and get a new tube. In the meantime, I may as well go ahead and lace up this rear. I ended up having to clean up these threads. I guess at some point in time, someone was trying to get this off and came at it with a flat blade screwdriver. Really mashed those threads up. So I just went in with a Dremel, little cut-off wheel, just kind of cleaned them all up. Now it goes in like it's brand new. But yeah. Before I run out and grab a tube, I may as well lace this up. Okay, so I had to stop the time lapse. Actually, it's still going. That's embarrassing. I had to take a minute and go to the store and get a new drill bit. So the spokes, the rear spokes, were measuring bigger than the front spokes. These were measuring 11/64, and the front was about a millimeter shorter than that. I know I'm switching units there, but this was about a millimeter thicker, and it was having a hard time getting through the spoke holes. Sure enough, yeah, you do need to drill out the spoke holes in the hub. I'm sure there's a nick in here or two from drilling. I really wish I knew that before I powder coated. That way I can clean up any of these nicks, like right there, and make it look better. But it is what it is. I did try the 3/16, which turns into a 12/64 if you just keep multiplying up. So 1/64 over the size of the spoke, and it just was not cutting it. Just a little bit too small. The spoke still was getting hung up going through there. So I ended up going to get a 13/64 and drilled it out, and now they all fit beautifully. And I did also try maybe 17/32, which would end up being a 14/64, and that was too big. So 13/64 fit the ticket, and yeah, we're good. So now I'm gonna clean all this up so I don't scratch everything while I'm working. But now I can go ahead and lace this thing up. Alright, got the rear wheel all laced up, got it trued, got it tightened, that's some grease. So yeah, we're good to go on this one as well. Now I just got to get the tubes on and the tires on, we're good to go. Alright, got a new tube, actually we got a couple new tubes, so that way if I blow this one, I still got my my backup to my backup. We're going to try this again. Alright, tires on. Tube is holding air really well. Even got the rotor on. So yeah, I think this looks pretty sweet. All the hardware and whatnot. And I'm gonna wipe it off, get all some of this sticky tire lube off, and move on to the rear. It was a fight, but we got her done. Front and rear is mounted. The rear, I needed to get a bigger Allen key for the sprocket bolts. Don't have one big enough. And then on the brake disc, or on the disc side, I need to order the hardware for it. But other than that, yeah, the wheels are done. Ready to go on the bike. Ready to rock and roll, man.